No, dissociation, not disassociation. And I think it was gradual, at least that's what I remember. Or, you know that quote about how you fall in love the way you fall asleep? Slowly and then all at once? It was like that. I remember a haze settling in my mind until I couldn't see my hands in front of my face. Someone would ask me about homework or an assignment, and I would realize I was no longer in my bed, scrolling through my music, struggling to fall asleep. Yeah, when you're in the thick of it, it feels like you're swimming in the dark. There's this ecstasy and pleasure in unawareness, like skinny dipping when you're drunk off your ass, but then things start to brush against your legs and that freaks you the fuck out. And as hard as you try to come to your senses, and as panicked as you feel, you can't. You can't. You can't. And you know you have to, because if you don't, you're gonna fuck everything up. Your brain is so exhausted from perpetually working at maximum capacity just to keep you engaged in basic functions. Interactions are truncated because of your shortened attention span. I was an avid reader as a kid, which instilled this voracious desire to communicate, to portray the scenes and palaces that were constantly constructing themselves in my mind. Oh, and that's another thing. I'm distracted, incessantly, constantly. Getting dressed takes 3 times as long as it used to. My brain doesn't process this weird and unfair physical form as mine. You feel this distance from yourself, your body, your most intimate connection to the real world. If I close my eyes for long enough and tilt my head slightly, I can trigger it, especially if I'm tired. No, yeah, I just started experiencing this in college. There's not a whole lot of literature on it, which is pretty discouraging, I guess, but from what I've read, it's trauma-induced. How much of a wuss do I sound for not being able to process the transition to college? I've been able to come to terms with it more over the past 3 years, but it's just frustrating knowing I'm probably not going to remember what should be some of the most formative years of my life. My acquaintances are going out, getting shit-faced, and having one-night stands, and I'm in this proverbial sunken place where the world around me is happening on a screen far away. I mean, obviously, instead of systematic racial oppression, it's condemnation to the corners of my mind. I don't know. And that's the worst part, you know. I'm so used to knowing, to being able to grip my day till my knuckles turn white and trust my judgment more than anything else in the world. Now I just don't. Ever. I guess I find some sort of empowerment in it. I can reach these corners of my mind so separated from reality. You're stumbling around in the dark in the least romantic way possible. Your teeth are unbrushed because you forgot you had a mouth. Your kneecaps are bloody from all the coffee table corners they found. And your eyes are dry no matter how hard you blink. You find a switch, finally. You've no fucking idea where you are, and the light incites a blinding pain in your head. Wasn't it Nietzsche that said, "There are no beautiful surfaces without a terrible depth"?